Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1983 season is on the air. Tonight we are at the Astrodome. Today's date is April 22, 1983, for a big National League interdivision matchup between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Houston Astros. The Phillies come into this game a record of 6-7, a game under 500. The Astros are also a game under 500 at 7-8. So whoever wins this game tonight will get back to 500 as we're now in the final week of the month of April. Only a couple of games left for me to do in this month. So we should have a good matchup tonight here at the Astrodome. Davonine GLA, Jeremy Brooks, David Vega, and Brian B. and Brian Patterson are first to join us here at the Astrodome. The Phillies historically won this game 6-3. The Phillies had 10 hits and 2 errors. The Astros had 10 hits and 1 error. But so far, Inside Pitch has shown to be a mind of its own. And since we have the Astros on the board, you never know if Steeler fan may join in for the game. But if he doesn't, I'm sure he'll catch the replay. So hopefully you guys will enjoy a good baseball game tonight. As we got a few Hall of Famers in the lineup tonight as well. So we're getting ready to play some baseball. So I guess we should get started. Starting pitcher for the Houston Astros is the nameless one, Nolan Ryan, one of the greatest of all time. Yeah, absolutely. He did not have a bad year in 83. 14 wins, 9 losses, a 2.98 ERA. We are at the Astrodome. Definitely a pitcher's park. Only 54 home runs were hit here and a -2 to home runs. You do not see that often. So the Astrodome, definitely a pitcher's park. Not many hits there. But we will see. And yes, Brian B., I did see that message. Hardwood Heaven join us in here at the Astrodome. But it is good to have you, Brian B. I hope your mom is doing well. I'm glad you joined us for this. And we will see what happens tonight between the Phillies and the Astros. So everyone, let's go ahead and get started. And let's play some baseball tonight. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Phillies will be the right fielder, Mr. Pete Rose, Hall of Famer. No. One of the greatest of all time? Yeah. 245 average and 45 RBIs in 83. We're going to use orange, white, and blue dice. The Astros are the home team. So everybody is set and ready to go. It is time for some baseball. Let's see what happens here at the Astrodome. Ryan, 6'6", strikeout, 16 is high. Rose, 6'5", and he leads off with a base hit to past second base. So Rose will get a hit, and he will head to first, and he will stay there to start the game. Frank Rosenk joins us here at the Astrodome. Next batter for the Phillies will be the left fielder, Gary Matthews, 258 average, 10 homers, 50 RBIs. The Phillies, of course, in 83 did play in the 83 World Series. Lost to the Orioles. We had the Phillies in the demo game. Rose, 7 stolen bases. He won't get any here. Ryan, 6'4", error on a throw. Matthews, 2-3 against a righty. It's a ground ball to first. The first baseman for the Astros is Rain Knight. His error rating is a 5. That's a 16. He won't make an error. Let's see it now. We may have to check the pivot, but we'll find out first where it goes. 2, 3, 4. Shortstop pivot, Son, +1. A 1-5. It is a double play. It is. Now, does Son make an error on the relay back to first? His error rating is a 9. Yes, he will. That's going to be a 7. And is Rose going to be, and is first baseman Knight going to be able to prevent that from getting past him? His range is a 3. He will. So Rose is out at second, but Matthews is safe at first. That would have been a double play. So what I'm going to call that is, I'm going to call that a fielder's choice, no error. Since the runner didn't advance to second, I would have called that an error if Matthews did get to second base. But there is one out. That'll bring up the second baseman, Joe Morgan, Hall of Famer, you bet. 230 average, 16 homers, 59 RBIs. Of course, Morgan was in his later years here. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 19. Morgan is not going to bunt. He's going to swing. Ryan, 3-6 against the lefty. It's blank. Morgan, 4-2. That's a fly out to center field. And coming under that's going to be Omar Moreno, and he will make the catch for out number 2. And the next batter will be that guy. Third baseman, Michael Jack Schmidt. And I don't care what anybody says. Greatest third baseman in baseball history. 255 average, 40 bombs, 109 RBIs. Can any of you National League fans count how many times Mike Schmidt killed your team? Matthews on at first. Strategy roll. And that's a 16, nothing happening. Ryan will pitch. Ryan, 1-6, strikeout. 20 is high. Schmidt, 4-5, and he hits one into left field. And that's going to be grabbed by Jose Cruz. And that will end the inning. No runs, a hit for the Phillies. There was an error, but I didn't charge it because the runner didn't make an extra base. So we're going to call that we're not going to call that an error. But we go to the bottom of the first. Eddie Matthews would want to challenge Schmidt for that honor. I think Mike Schmidt destroys Eddie Matthews. I'm not saying Eddie Matthews stunk. He didn't. But Mike Schmidt's the best third baseman in baseball history. As Sports Time Machine and John Haverly, Utah Mike joins us here at the Astrodome. Starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies tonight is Dick Ruthven. Ruthven will be on the Chicago Cubs later in 1983. He is a Philly tonight. 13 wins, 12 losses, a 4.38 ERA. Leading off for the Astros will be the center fielder, Omar Moreno. Some of you might forget he did play on the Astros. 244 average, a homer, and 42 RBIs. Bottom of the first, no score. Ruthven, 5-6, hit by pitch. No, 3 is high. Moreno, 5-5, and he grounds one to second base. Getting over there will be Morgan. And over to first it goes, 1 down. Next up will be the right fielder, Kevin Bass. This guy I always felt was a bit underrated. 236 average, 2 homers, 18 RBIs. Ruthven will go ahead and pitch. Ruthven, 4-6, range play. Yeah, you're bringing up that Harold Baines bomb last night. Bass, 1-1. That's a grounder to second base. That ball is hit to Morgan. His range is a 2. And if I can get the die to get into the tower, that would be best. It's a 2, and he's got it. Nice play by Morgan. Picks it up, throws to first to get the out, and that is out number 2. Nice play by Morgan. Still very capable of making plays. And that will bring up the shortstop, Dickie Thon. Another underrated player. 286 average, 20 homers, 79 RBIs. Always thought Thon was solid. Ruthven will pitch. Ruthven, 1-4, wild pitch. It's a blank. Thon, 4-3, and he lines one right to second, and that'll be grabbed by Morgan, and that will retire the side. Morgan gets 2 ground outs and 1 line out. He does all the entire work for the Phillies in this inning, and all the Phillies are looking at him and say, hey, look, can you let us have a play? No score after 1. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the top of the second. The Ryan Express is on the mound. Leading off for the Phillies will be the first baseman, Hall of Famer Tony Perez. 241 average, 6 homers, 43 RBIs. A lot of ex-Reds on the Phillies here. Ryan, 3-6 against a righty walk. That 14 is going to just miss. Perez, 1-2. He hits one hard to right field. That's an 11, and that's going to be a double. Against a righty, he'll hit that one, a double into right. And once again, the Phillies have the leadoff man on. Next up is the catcher, Bo Diaz. I always felt he was a solid catcher. 236 average, 15 homers, 64 RBIs. Perez on at second. Strategy, nothing on the 13. The Ryan Express, 1-4 against the righty. It's an out, and it's going to be a ground ball to first, handled easily by Ray Knight. He'll make the play himself. Perez does go to third. And there's one out. And now the center fielder, Gary Maddox. 2/3 of the earth is covered by water. The other third is covered by Gary Maddox. 275 average, 4 homers, 32 RBIs in 83. Infield's going to play in. Ryan will go ahead and strategy roll it first. Nothing happening. Ryan, 2-3 against the righty. It's a blank. Maddox, 1-6, and he flies out to center. Omar Moreno will make the catch for the out. Maddox has a sacrifice fly of 1 hit to center, plus 2 is a 3, and nope, Perez won't score that way. Perez a base runner 1, Moreno a 0 arm, Perez a 1, he will still score. And it's a 6, and here comes the throw. Moreno guns it, a 1-4. There could be a play at the plate, and nope, he makes a good throw, and Perez decides to go back to third. Heck of a throw there by Omar Moreno to keep Perez at third base, and that's 2 outs. And now that'll bring up the shortstop, Ivan De Jesus, 254 average, 4 homers, 45 RBIs in 1983. 2 outs now. Ryan trying to keep it going. Strategy roll, we should roll first, and nothing on the 5. Ryan, 2-5, strikeout plus 10, that's a 4. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and the inning is over. First strikeout for Ryan. He only had, and I want to say only, 183 Ks in 83. No runs and a hit for the Phillies. He had 29 starts. I think he got hurt at some point of the season, I think. But the Phillies will leave a man on at third. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Yes, the Wheeze kids, because everybody on the Phillies was old. Bottom of the second, leading off will be the third baseman, Scrap Iron, Phil Garner. Always felt he was solid. 238 average, 14 homers, 79 RBIs. Ruthven will go ahead and pitch. 1-3, strikeout 7. Called strike 3 on Garner. He got him. That's the first K for Ruthven. He had 89. He had 99 of them in 83. 1 down. And now the left fielder, Jose Cruz. I sometimes wonder why Jose Cruz is not in the Hall of Fame. He was one heck of a player. 318 average, 14 homers, 92 RBIs. Jose Cruz always comes through in the clutch, whether he's on the Astros or any team he's on. Ruthven, 5-4. That's a pitcher result. The 8 is high. Cruz, 6-4, and he won't make me eat my words. Against the righty, he smacks one into left field, and that's going to be a double. Cruz gets a double, his first hit of the game. And that will bring up the first baseman. I actually forgot he was on the Astros at one point. Future world champion and future World Series MVP, Mr. Ray Knight. 304 average, 9 homers, 70 RBIs. Cruz on at second. Cruz is no Harold Baines. Yeah, Cruz is a hell of a lot better. Strategy roll, nothing on the 8. Ruthven will go ahead and pitch. Ruthven, 5-2 at the park. Astrodome, 2-4. Ground ball to third. That'll get picked up there by Schmidt. The throw goes to first for the out. Cruz will make it to third on the 1. So now 2 away. And that will bring up the catcher, Alan Ashby. I always thought he was serviceable. 229 average, 8 homers, 34 RBIs. Actually, I'm sorry, Cruz. That was a ground ball to third. Cruz needs a 6 in order to get to third. He stays at second base. He stays at second. So here's Ashby. And we'll see what we have in here. And let's see here. I don't know if you can see the black on that. You know what? Let's change. That's better. We'll go to that orange. Cruz on at second. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 14. Ruthven will pitch. Ruthven, 4-3, strikeout. 18 will miss. Ashby, 4-2 against a righty. It's a fly ball hit to right. But over there is going to be Mr. Charlie Hustle. He will make the catch and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Astros. No score after 2. Good to see people in the chat. Hope everyone enjoyed the NFL. And I'll be honest with you, this wild card round for the NFL stunk. All the games stunk. We go to the top of the 3rd. Leading off for the Phillies will be the pitcher, Dick Ruthven. He had a .210 average and 3 RBIs. Ruthven, very capable of hitting. Yeah, I know there's still 2 left. I know there's still 2 left. And yeah, I know. The Ryan Express, 1-3, range play. Ruthven, 3-3, double to right, but going after that is Kevin Bass. Bass was not bad. His range is a 3. He's got it. 1 out. Nice play by Kevin Bass and turns a double off from Ruthven into a fly out to right. Ruthven thought he had 2 bags. 1 down. That'll bring up Charlie Hustle. Rose got a base hit his first time up. The Ryan Express, 3-3, strikeout 8. No, Rose didn't strike out much that year. Rose, 4-1. He grounds 1 to short. Handled there by Thon. And he'll toss it over to first for out number 2. It'll bring up Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 1. Yeah, they did pick some great singers for the national anthem. That they did. Ryan will deal. Probably the best part of each game. Ryan, 6-5 against a righty. Blank. Matthews, 1-3 against a righty. Fly ball hit the left. Getting over there will be Cruz. And he'll make the play and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Phils. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Worst 4 wild card games in a long time. No competitive. I completely agree. All of them were non-competitive. None of them were good. One team was good. The other team stunk. It was just not a good. It's not been a good round. Very disappointing. And I'm really hoping at least at the divisional round is better before we get to Notre Dame and Ohio State. That game should be pretty good. Of course, everyone will agree here that the NCAA got the national championship game that they wanted. Ohio State versus Notre Dame. Whether you hate them or like them, you know that's the game they wanted to see. Bottom of the 3rd, leading off for the Astros will be the second baseman, Craig Reynolds. .214 average, a homer, and 6 RBIs. Only played in a third of the games for the Astros that year. Ruthven, 6-4 at the park. Astrodome, 6-4, fly to right. And Mr. Rose is going to have plenty of room, and he'll have plenty of ball, 1 out. And that will bring up the pitcher, Nolan Ryan Express. Not that great a hitter that year. .072 average and a couple RBIs. Ruthven will pitch. 2-3. That is a blank. Ryan, 3-1. And it's a base hit to center field. So I go ahead and say Ryan doesn't hit that well and he gets a single. So Ryan gets a hit. He'll head to first base. And Nolan Ryan says, I don't want to go pitch for the Angels. DH? I don't need no stinking DH. I don't want to pitch for the Angels or the Rangers in the future. That'll bring up Moreno. Moreno is 0 for 1. 1 out here, bottom of the 3rd, no score, Phils and Stros. Ryan not going anywhere, I'm sure, and he's not. Ruthven, 6-4 at the park. Astrodome, 4-5. Ground ball, second base. 2-2-3. Shortstop pivot. De Jesus, -1. So a 1 or a 2, it's a double play. No, Ryan will be thrown out at second easily, and Moreno is safe at first on the fielder's choice. And there are 2 outs. Next batter is Bass. Bass is 0 for 1. I do agree that they need to do a better job with seeding, Brian B. Absolutely. They need to reseed the teams after every round. But then again, they actually did, as a matter of fact. Here I am saying that well, they did get the number 8 seed, which the number 1 should have gotten, which was true, but Ohio State should not have been an 8. Ohio State should have been better. Ohio State probably should have been the 7 or the 6, something like that. Moreno on at first, 2 outs, and he'll stay. Actually, he gets the steal sign. He's going. 14 plus 1 is 15. Diaz is a -1. A 1 to 14. Moreno is safe, and he's out. Side retired. So Omar Moreno tries to steal second base, and he will get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. After 3, no score, no runs and a hit. And Bass will have to wait another round. We'll have to wait till the next inning. We go to the top of the 4th. And leading off for the Phillies will be Joe Morgan. Phillies are in those powder blue uniforms that I really liked in those years. Morgan is 0 for 1. The Astros are in the rainbow uniforms, pretty much. Ryan will go ahead and pitch. Ryan, 2-6. Walk plus 10, ball 4. Morgan drove a lot of walks. And he goes to first. First walk issued by Ryan. He had 98 of them in 83. Nolan Ryan, the greatest pitcher in baseball history to not win a Cy Young. Here comes Schmidt. He's 0 for 1. Morgan had 18 stolen bases. And he gets the steal sign. He's going. 18 plus 1 is 19. Alan Ashby, a +1 arm. Morgan on his way to second. The only way he's out is on a 20. That's a 9. He'll get in easily under the tag. So stolen base for Morgan. And now a runner on second here for Schmidt at the plate. Both Notre Dame and OSU had to play great teams to get where they're at. There's no doubt in my mind about that, Brian Patterson. No, that statement is not wrong at all. That is exact. But I will say Notre Dame and Ohio State, I really don't think the NCAA could have done any better with that matchup. Pretty much that's really what they wanted, I think. Because you got 2 of the biggest fan bases in the nation meeting up for the national title. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 4. Morgan will stay at second. Ryan will pitch to MJS. Ryan, 6-2. Walk plus 10. He'll walk Schmidt. And that's one of the reasons why Nolan Ryan didn't get a Cy Young, because Ryan, even though he has over 5,000 strikeout, not only does Ryan lead the majors in career strikeouts, he also leads the league career majors in career walks. That'll bring up Perez. One of the reasons why I don't want Ryan is not on my all-time team. Perez got a double his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Top of the 4th. Strategy. Nothing on the 19. Ryan will pitch. Ryan, 6-1. Home run chance. Righty. 1 to 16. The 5 is good. Against the righty, Perez needs a 9. -2 is a 7. Oh, yeah. That was hit pretty well. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Home run, Tony Perez. Stadium groans. 3-run bomb by Tony Perez puts the Phillies ahead 3-0. He needed a 7 to clear that one, and he gets it. Big time bomb by Perez. And now 3-0 Phils. And still no one out in the inning. Here's Diaz. Diaz is 0 for 1. Ryan will go ahead and pitch. Ryan, 5-1 at the park. Astrodome, 3-5. Ground out to short, handled there by Thon. And Thon throws it over for the out. Next batter is Maddox. Maddox is 0 for 1. Ryan will pitch. 2-4. That's at the park. Astrodome, 3-2. And that's fly to left. Easy play there by Jose Cruz for out number 2. And now here's DeJesus, and he's 0 for 1. Ryan, he'll go ahead and pitch. Ryan, 4-2, strikeout 16, that's too high. DeJesus, 2-3, base hit, hits one into left, and the Phillies keep the inning going. Single for DeJesus. It'll bring up Ruthven. Ruthven is 0 for 1. DeJesus had 11 stolen bases. He's not going. Ryan will pitch. 1-5, strikeout, swing and a miss, struck him out. And that is the second strikeout for Ryan. The inning is over. 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, a stolen base, a 3-run bomb by Tony Perez. Puts the Phillies ahead here as we go to the bottom of the 4th. I have a question for you guys, by the way. If anybody's in the chat, I have a question. For those of you who liked my Fall Classic 1919 season tournament that I did, would you guys like to see me do that in a season, do a season with Fall Classic, or do you prefer me continuing with Inside Pitch all the way? Because I'll be honest, I had a lot of fun with Fall Classic. I don't really want to combine the games. I'm just wondering what you guys felt about the game Fall Classic itself. Do you prefer Inside Pitch? Bottom of the 4th, leading off for the Astros will be Kevin Bass. He's 0 for 1. Ruthven will go ahead and he will pitch. Ruthven, 3-5. Against the switch left, it's a blank. Bass, 6-2. Hits one deep to left, but not deep enough. Gary Matthews will get to that and make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Thon. Thon is 0 for 1. You like inside? I got 3 inside pitches. Okay. Ruthven will pitch to Thon. Ruthven, 6-2 against a righty. Walk. 12 will be too high. Thon, 1-5. Ground out to short. Handled there by DeJesus. From one shortstop to another. Throws to first for the out. Here's Scrap Iron. Garner's 0 for 1. You'd watch whatever game I would choose. Okay. Ruthven will pitch. Ruthven, 3-3, strikeout, 4, swing and a miss. Struck him out. That is the second K for Ruthven, and he sets the Astros down in order. 1, 2, 3. 3-0 in favor of the Phils after 4. Inside Poach will be your vote. Okay. Right now, Inside Poach. You bounced hard, fouls, Fall Classic. Okay, you got it. Then we're going to stick with IP. Top of the 5th. And who leads off? Leading off for the Phillies will be Mr. Peter Rose. He's 1 for 2. Ryan will go ahead and pitch. Ryan, 2-3 against the switch left. It's a walk plus 10. And yeah, he'll walk Rose. Rose will trot to first. So Charlie Hustle gets walked. Third walk given up by the Ryan Express. Here comes Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 2. Rose had 7 stolen bases, and he'll stay where he is. Ryan will go ahead and pitch. Ryan, 3-6 against a righty, a walk, and that's ball 4. He'll walk Matthews. So once again, the Phillies are in business. Another walk given up by Ryan. That's his 4th. And now Morgan. Morgan is 0 for 1 with a walk. Runners at first and second here. 3-0 in favor of the Fightin' Phils. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Ryan will pitch to Morgan. Fans here at the Astrodome saying, where's this 2.98 ERA you had? Ryan, 2-5. Strikeout plus 10, and he'll get Morgan there. And that will be the 3rd K for the Ryan Express. 1 out. Here comes Michael Jack Schmidt. He is 0 for 1. Mike Schmidt hit for the cycle in one of my games in the 1976 replay. Boy, that was that 76 replay. That was what? 2.5 years ago. I would like to state, by the way, I've just reached 900 subs. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 before the year is out. Let's see if I can get to 1,000 here. Out of all these years, I've not reached 1,000. So let's see if you guys can help me reach 1,000 subs before the year is out. Rose on at second, Matthews on at first. Strategy, nothing on the 10. Ryan will pitch. Ryan, 5-3. Wild pitch, yes. That'll go back to the backstop, and the runners will move up. So Ryan uncorks a wild one. First wild pitch given up by Ryan. And now with runners at second and third, do you pitch to, I think you still pitch to Schmidt, but the infield now has to come in. Oh, what? Baseball demos, History Maker Baseball? It is a much different type of game where inside pitch, fall classic, Stratomatic work on closing day theories. The History Maker Baseball works on an opening day type of theory. I think it's a great game. That's why I did purchase it myself. I may do a tournament with the all-time greats that I did get with the game. I did like it. Absolutely. But inside pitch, of course, is still my game of choice. So, runners at second and third, re-roll the strat. Nothing happening. Ryan will pitch to Schmidt. Ryan, 5-6, strikeout, got him. So Ryan walks the first two. Now he strikes out the next two. That's the fourth K for the Ryan Express. Here's Perez. Perez is 2 for 2, a double and a 3-run bomb. Runners at second and third. 3-0 Phillies here, top of the fifth. Strategy, nothing on the 5. Ryan will pitch. Ryan, 4-1. Range play at the park. Astrodome, 3-4. Fly ball left field. Going after that is Jose Cruz. He's got to make a play. His range is a 4. He's got it, and the inning is over. What a great play by Cruz. And that'll be a fly out the left to retire the side. Nothing across except a couple of walks. The Phillies wasted opportunity to maybe get some runs. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. Bottom of the fifth inning, Dick Ruthven can pitch to 23. Before he tires, Ryan still has a little bit left in the tank. So Dick Ruthven back on the mound. And Jose Cruz leads off for Houston. And he got a double his first time up. So Ruthven will go ahead and pitch. And 1-4, wild pitch. It's a blank. Cruz, 2-2. Hit the left field. Easy play there for Gary Matthews. And that's the first out. It'll bring up Knight. Knight is 0 for 1. Ruthven will pitch. Ruthven, 2-2. It's a blank. Knight, 3-1. Ground out to short. Handled easily there by DeJesus. He'll take his time and toss it over. 2 outs. And now here's Ashby. Ashby is 0 for 1. Ruthven, he'll go ahead and pitch. Ruthven, 2-5. Against the switch left, it's a walk plus 10, and he will walk Ashby. That is the first walk given up by Ruthven. He only had 35 of them in 83 out of 183 innings pitched. That's not bad. A chance for the Astros still. Here's Reynolds. Reynolds is 0 for 1. Ashby on at first, and he will stay at first. Ruthven, 4-2, blank. Reynolds, 1-1. Ground ball to second. Easy play there for Morgan. He's going to throw to DeJesus, covering second to force out Ashby, and that'll end the inning. Nothing across except a walk, and it's still 3-0 Phils after 5. For those of you waiting for any more seasons from Inside Pitch, 2002 and 2005 will be coming out very shortly. So be on the lookout for those 2 seasons. And, of course, 2024, also very shortly. We go to the top of the 6th. Bo Diaz leads off. He's 0 for 2. Ryan sets up with the deal. And, okay. 3-6 against the righty. It's a walk, and then 9 is ball 4. He'll go ahead and walk Diaz. Another walk given up by Ryan. That's his 5th. Here's Maddox. Maddox is 0 for 2. Fans here at the Astrodome hoping the Astros can maybe get it done here. Diaz on it first. Not really a threat to steal, and he won't. Ryan, 1-3. Range play. Maddox, 2-1. Line drive right back to Ryan. His range is a 4. He leaps. He's got it. 1 out. And Diaz, is he going to be forced a 1-4? He is out at first base, and he is 2 outs. Hit right back to Ryan. Ryan leaps and gets it. Diaz way off the bag, and Ryan throws to first to get him. And that is an L1-3 double play, 2 outs. And it will bring up to Jesus, who's 1 for 2, singled his last time up. Ryan will go ahead and pitch. Ryan, 2-3 against the righty. Blank to Jesus. 5-3. Ground ball to third. Handled there by Scrap Iron. Garner will take that, take his time, toss it over, and retire the side. Nothing across except a walk. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 3-0 in favor of the Phillies. Leading off for the Astros is Nolan Ryan. He can pitch to 2 more batters before he tires. I understand this is 1983. I don't know if I would. I do not know if he would bat here. Does Ryan bat, or do the Astros bring in a pinch hitter right now in the 6th? This is the 80s, though. They actually did some more substitutions like this. Not like they did in the last season I did, which was the 60s. So, what do you think, guys? Bring in a pinch hitter or let him bat? It's only a 3-0 game, but they are in the bottom of the 6th. Brian B says probably pinch hit. I agree. And Davo 9, I'm going to go with Brian B. He got him first. So that's going to be it for Nolan Ryan. He's going to leave the game. And we'll see a pinch hitter for the Astros. It's going to be Tony Scott. 226 average, 2 homers, 17 RBIs. Actually, no, it will not be Tony Scott. My bad. It will not. We need a lefty. It's actually going to be instead Terry Poole. My bad. 292 average, 8 homers, 44 RBIs. So Ryan leaves with the L. So Terry Poole will pinch hit against Ruthven here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ruthven, he still has some left in the tank. Ruthven will pitch. 1-4, wild pitch at the blank. Poole, 2-1 against the righty. It's a base hit right past short. And Poole comes off the bench and gets a single. Once again, great managing here on this channel. You just don't see managing like this on the other channel with those smaller cards and those cards that are just red and blue only. Here you get full color. Top of the order, here's Moreno. Moreno was 0 for 2. Poole on at first. He had 24 stolen bases. And he gets the steal sign, but down 3 runs, I don't think he'd go. Ruthven will pitch. Ruthven, 3-6, range play. Moreno, 4-3, line drive to first. Perez's range is a 2. He leaps. No, and that's going to be a base hit right into right field. That'll be a single pass third. Poole's got great speed. He'll make third easily, and Moreno goes to first. So now the Astros are in business. With runners at the corners and no one out, here's Bass. Bass is 0 for 2. So now runners at the corners are keeping the infield back, try to get the out. Poole on at third. Strategy roll, Moreno at 37 stolen bases. And he gets the steal sign again, but again, Down 3 runs, I don't think you do that. They are not going to go ahead. They're not going to go ahead and steal. Ruthven will go ahead and pitch, though. Ruthven, 6-5, error on a throw. Bass, 4-6. That's a ground ball to short. It's a ground ball to short. De Jesus' error rating is an 8. That's a 4. He's going to make an error. Now, that's definitely going to bring in a run, so that's going to be an error on De Jesus. We got to find out where the ball goes, though. So 2-2-3. Second base pivot, Morgan 0. A 1-3. It would have been a double play. It is. So the ball goes to second. Morgan's range is a 2, and he will prevent the ball from getting past him, but everybody's safe. So Poole will score. Bass goes to first. It's 3-1 on the error. So that is going to be an E6. And everybody's safe. That's the first error on the first error on the Phillies. They had 2 errors in the game historically. So now runners at first and second, now 3-1. And here comes Thon. Thon is 0 for 2. Ruthven going ahead and looking at De Jesus. Said, come on, man. That was right there. Luckily, the ball didn't get past him, because if it did, Moreno would be probably on third. And the runners would have moved up. So Moreno on at second, Bass on at first. Nobody out here top of the 6th. Nothing on Strat. Ruthven, 1-5 against a righty. Walk, 13 is high. Thon, 1-1, and against a righty, it's a fly ball to center field. And coming under that will be Maddox. And that is out number 1. Moreno, very good speed. Base runner 5. Maddox has a +2 arm and hit the center field, though, and it's a -1. Moreno's automatically going to get to third. That makes him a 6. He automatically gets there. Moreno will take off, and that will be an extra base for him. So now runners in the corners, now 1 out. And the batter is Garner. Garner is 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Moreno on at third, Bass on at first. Phillies playing for the double, are going to play for the double play. Strategy roll, nothing on the 9. Ruthven will pitch. Ruthven, 2-6, strikeout 12. That will miss. Garner, 6-2, and he powers one into right. That's a 7, and Garner has a double. Moreno will score. Double to right. Bass, base runner 2. Double to right, -2. He has to hold at third, but it's 3-2. Stadium cheers. Yay! RBI double by Garner. And now here's Cruz. And they go check on Ruthven, see what he wants to do. He'll be tired after Cruz. Cruz is 1 for 2 with a double. Now the infield has to play in. So Bass on at third, Garner on at second. Ruthven will go ahead and he will pitch. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 4. Ruthven will pitch to Cruz. Ruthven, 5-6, hit by pitch. No. Cruz, 4-4, and it's a ground ball to short. Bass's base running rating becomes a 0 with the infield in. He has no chance. Throw goes to first for the out, 2 down. Bass has to hold. And now the batter is Knight, and Ruthven is tired. He's due to lead off the 7th. They're going to see if he can get out of the inning. So Dick Ruthven will pitch to Knight here. Runners at second and third. Fans here at the Astrodome hoping Knight can come through with a big one here. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 7. Ruthven trying to get one more out. Ruthven pitches. 2-1. Home run result against a righty. Knight needs an 8. -2 is a 6. The 11 is too high. Knight, 1-1. And it's a ground ball to short. Getting there is De Jesus. He's got it. Throws to first. Side retired. 1 run, 2 hits, sorry, 3 hits, 1 error, but it's now a 3-2 game here. I'm sorry, 2 runs, not 1 run, 2 runs. 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. 3-2 after 6. We go to the top of the 7th. 3-2 in favor of the Phils. And the Astros need a pitcher. And they're probably, I think they're going to go with a righty here. And let's see what's going to be. He's not the closer in this game, but they're going to bring him out. Coming on to pitch for the Astros is going to be Dave Smith. 3 wins, 1 loss, 6 saves, a 3.10 ERA. So Smith coming on here to try to maybe get the Astros, try to get a win. But they have a 3-2 lead. Duke Ruthven was due to lead off for the Phillies. He is done. And the Phillies will go to the bullpen, will go to the bench. And coming on to pinch hit for the Phillies is going to be Von Hayes. 265 average, 26 homers, 32 RBIs. Does anybody have a problem if I say Von Hayes was a solid player? So Von Hayes will go up against Smith here to start the top of the 7th. 3-2 Phillies. Smith with the pitch. 3-1, strikeout, 11 is high. Hayes, 1-2, power hit to right. That's a 14, and Von Hayes is going to go ahead and hit one. It's going to go all the way to the deepest part of the dome. Hayes is rounding second. He'll slide into third with a triple. So Von Hayes leads off the inning with a triple. Once again, great managing here on RJL Network. You just don't see managing on that other channel with those small little cards and those cards that are just red and blue in color. You just don't. So Hayes is on at third after a leadoff triple. Here comes Rose. Infield in. Smith will go ahead. Strategy rolls are still going on. That's an 18. Rose will swing away. Smith will pitch. Smith, 1-4, strikeout. That's high. Rose, 4-6, and it's a ground ball to short. It's a grounder to short. Von Hayes has a base running rating of 3 with the infield in. With nobody out, that's a lot though. He would score on a 1, 2, 3, or 6. I'm gonna send him. There's a ground ball to short. Hayes is on his way home. The throw is gonna go. Where do we go? Where does it go? Do we take the automatic out at first, or do we try to get Hayes at home? He's got a 66% chance of scoring. I'm not using the rule of 6, the roll of 6 rule in this because it's not the later innings. It's not the go ahead or anything run. So what do? Throw home or we take the shore out? Davo9 says he throw home. Von Hayes is going to try to score. The throw goes to the plate. A 1, 2, 3, or 6. He is safe. And he is. Von Hayes got too much of a good jump, and that's picked up there by Thon. He'll make sure he gets the sure out at first. 1 out, but the run scores. So Von Hayes will come in and score the run. It is now 4-2. I do have a new rule that I'm using for rolls with a 6. If that was a 6 and he was the tying, the go-ahead, or winning run, I have a house rule I've activated for that. But he was not, so I'd use the normal base running rule, and the throw goes to first for the out. It is now 4-2. And so that grounder to short. And for those of you wondering what that rule is, I will now go ahead and state that before I move on. My new house rule is, if it's a tying run, go in the bottom of the 8th or something like that, tying run in the bottom of the 8th, go ahead run or winning run. and I roll a 6, we have the option to either take the out or still try to throw to first. I will not automatically make that a throw to first base. If the roll comes home, because it's still a slow rolling grounder, the -2 that infield in gives you, you don't get that when trying to get the run home. So, if example, I'll give you an example real quick before I move on. Von Hayes has a base running rating of 5. The normal rule when you throw to the plate, on infield in, you subtract 2 from the base running rating. So it's a 1, 2, 3. He would have been safe. A 4 to 5, he out. A 6, the only play was the first. But if he was the go-ahead run in like the 9th inning or the tying run or the winning run for the home team, and a 6 is rolled, I still have a chance to throw to the plate and not take the 6, which would automatically win or lose the game. I can still throw home, but the -2 that you get for infield in, you don't get when I do that. So it would be a 5. So if I still want to throw home, I have to get him out on a 6. If he was a 4, that depends, of course, what his base running rating is. I'm using that rule from now on. I just don't like it when the go-ahead or a tying run or a winning run is on third and you roll that 6, that run scores no matter what. If I'm declaring a play at the plate, I'm throwing to the plate, but only in that situation. In this case, he was not the go-ahead tying run or it's an important run, yes, but it's not the tying run, go-ahead, or winning run. The throw goes to first for the out anyway. They get the out, and the run scores. I actually checked that house rule with Chris. Chris, of course, doesn't have any issues with any house rules. I actually told him, I said, make that an official rule. Because when you roll that 6 on infield in, and you got the winning run coming home, why are you throwing to first? You still got to make a throw to the plate, even if it's a slow rolling grounder. Yes, if the game was on the line, they're throwing home. But what you do is that -2 that you get from infield in, you don't get that. And you throw to the plate anyway. So you don't get the -2 if after a 6 is rolled. That I thought was fair. Because it was still a slow grounder. What do you guys think? I think that's a great rule to prevent that, because too many times I've had a 6 with the winning run coming home and the throw is coming home. I want to play at the plate in that case. There is one out. The next batter is Matthews. Now we'll get back to baseball. And Matthews is 0 for 1. He's 0 for 2, but he walked his last time up. So now it's a 4-2 Philly lead. Smith with the pitch. 3-5 against the righty. Strikeout. Got him. He'll go ahead and get Matthews. Smith at 41 Ks in 83. So that is out number 2, and now the batter is Morgan. Morgan is 0 for 2 with a walk. Smith will go ahead and now pitch to Morgan. Smith, 4-5. That's a blank. Morgan, 1-5. Popped out to first base. And Ray Knight's going to get that in fair territory, actually. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit. The Phillies have a 4-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Our next game will be tomorrow night. It'll be April 25th. There were only 2 games scheduled on April 25th. Minnesota and the Yankees, the Dodgers and the Cardinals. Both were pretty decent pitching matchups, but I decided on the Dodgers and the Cardinals. So we will be going to Busch Stadium for the Los Angeles Dodgers against the St. Louis Cardinals. Once again, Fernando Valenzuela will take the mound for the Dodgers. He'll be going against Joaquin Andujar for the Cardinals. That'll be tomorrow night's game on Inside Pitch. Dodgers and the Redbirds, Valenzuela against Andujar. That'll be tomorrow night on Inside Pitch. Bottom of the 7th here, Phillies lead the Astros 4-2. Alan Ashby leads off for the Astros. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Phillies need a pitcher. And they got switch left. I think they'll bring on a righty here. And let's see who the Phillies are going to bring out. And they are going to go with, coming on to pitch for the Phillies is going to be Ron Reed. 9 wins, a loss, 8 saves, a 3.48 ERA. So Ruthven leaves with the W, and Reed now trying to maybe get a hold, maybe even get the save. We'll see. Ron Reed will pitch to Ashby here, bottom of the 7th. Reed, 3-6, strikeout, 20 is high. Ashby, 6-5, and that's a fly ball to center field. And Gary Maddox will make the play. And that will be out number 1. Here comes Reynolds. Reynolds is 0 for 2. Reed will go ahead and pitch. Reed, 6-4, strikeout 11. That's high. Reynolds, 3-6, and it's a base hit. Hits one past first. And Reynolds gets his first hit of the game. We'll see a pinch hitter for Dave Smith as he's coming out. And the Astros will go to the bench. And let's see what's going to be. And coming on to bat is going to be Tony Scott. 226 average, 2 homers, 17 RBIs. So Scott will go up against Reed here. Runners on at first. Strategy rolls are still on. Nothing on the 7. Reynolds stays put. Reed will go ahead and pitch. Reed, 3-4, strikeout 4. Got him. Struck him out. First strikeout for Reed. He had 73 of them in 83. 2 down. And now here's Moreno. Moreno is 1 for 3. Got a single his last time up, though. 2 outs. Phillies lead 4-2 here over the Astros. Strategy. That's a 20. Reed fires to first, and no. Reynolds will get back. Now Reed will pitch to Moreno. Reed, 2-1, strikeout 16. That'll just miss. Moreno, 6-2, base hit into left field. Reynolds, base runner 4 with 2 outs. A single into left, -2, and Reynolds will hold at second base. So Reynolds holds at second on a base hit by Moreno to keep the inning going. And here comes Bass. I always felt Bass. I know Bass is only a 236 average, but Kevin Bass was always a dangerous hitter. He's 0 for 3, but he reached on an error his last time up. 4-2 Phillies, but the Astros are threatening. Strategy. Nothing on the 12. Reed will go ahead and pitch. Reed, 1-4. It's a blank. Bass, 3-2. Base hit right past third, and that's a single. But Reynolds will not have the speed. Well, he will have the speed. Yeah. He will have the speed. Base runner is a 4. 2 outs is a 4. He will score. Moreno, though, his base running rating is a 6 with 2 outs, and he will make third. Bass holds it first. It's now 4-3. As I said, Kevin Bass is a dangerous hitter. And once again, the Astros are 1 back. An RBI single by Bass. And now here comes Thon. Thon is 0 for 3. Reed's still out there. I do use the pull ratings as well for the relief pitchers, but not the first inning, though. Not really the first time they come out. I got to give them a little leeway. So Moreno on his third, Bass on at first. Reed will go ahead and pitch to Thon. 2 outs, now 4-3. Strategy. That's a 20. Reed fires to first to get Bass. No, Bass will get back. Now Reed will pitch to Thon. Reed, 4-1. And against the righty, it's an automatic out. And that's going to be grounder to second base. Over there is Morgan. And he's going to throw the shortstop to Jesus covering. And that'll retire the side. 1 run on 3 hits for the Astros. 4-3 now in favor of the Phils. Bass was great on that 1992 Mets team. Yeah, too bad that 1992 Mets team wasn't great. We go to the top of the 8th. And let's see. Michael Jack Schmidt leads off for the Phillies. He is 0-2 with a walk. Astros need a pitcher, and they got 3 righties. Phillies got 3 righties coming up. So coming on to pitch for the Astros is going to be their closer, but in this case, I think he makes sense to bring him out. It will be Bill Dawley. 6 wins, 6 losses, 14 saves, a 2.82 ERA. Dawley will be the 3rd Astro pitcher, and he will come up to pitch. So he'll go up against Schmidt. Top of the 8th, 4-3 Phillies. Dawley will pitch. 3-1, range play. Schmidt, 2-1, ground ball to short. That ball is at the Thon. Thon was excellent. His range is a 5. That's a 1. He makes it with his eyes closed. Picks it up. Throws to first for the out. 1 down. Thon did make a net. Thon goes ahead and makes a pretty good play on Schmidt. 1 out. Here's Perez. Perez is 2 for 3, a double and a 3-run bomb. Dawley will pitch. Dawley, 5-6 against a righty. Strikeout +10. That's a 7, and that's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Out number 2. Dawley had 60 Ks in 79 innings pitched. Not too bad. He does have the special K rating on his card. And the batter now will be Diaz. Diaz is 0-2 with a walk. 2 men down. Dawley will pitch. Dawley, 2-3, wild pitch. It's a blank. Diaz, 5-2, and he grounds it right back to Dawley. Dawley will go ahead and get that, take his time, toss it over, and retire the side. Nice job by Dawley. 4-3 Phils. 3 up and 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Ron Reed. He can pitch to 1 more batter before he tires. Leading off for the Astros is scrap iron Phil Garner. He's 1 for 3. They're going to let Reed pitch to Garner, if anything. Phillies bullpen is set to go. Dice Baseball Digest. Tony Porter joins us here at the Astrodome. When Tony Porter is here, I listen. Reed will go ahead and pitch to Garner. Reed, 1-2, strikeout, 13 is high. Garner, 4-5, and that is a ground ball to third, handled easily there by Schmidt. Schmidt will throw it over for first, 1 out. Next up is Cruz. Reed is tired. He'll say he'll pitch. Reed looking in on Cruz. Cruz is 1 for 3 with a double. Reed will pitch. Reed, 6-3. That's at the park. Astrodome, 5-6. It's a single possible double to center field. Cruz has got to try for second. His base running rating is a 4. Center fielder Maddox a +2 arm, which makes him a 6. There's not going to be a throw. Cruz will automatically get to second base. So that is a big-time double by Cruz as he took advantage of the weak arm by Gary Maddox, and Cruz is on second, tying run in scoring position for Knight. Knight is 0 for 3, though. And now they will make a pitching change as Reed is coming out of the game. So they'll see a new pitcher for the Phillies. And let's see what they're going to do here. I think they'll bring in, see who they're going to go with here. In this situation, I think you go with the best pitcher you have, no matter what the situation is. Coming on to pitch for the Phillies is going to be, you got to believe, Tug McGraw. 2 wins, a loss, 3.56 ERA. Tug McGraw will come on to pitch for the Phillies, try to get the hold here. So McGraw trying to get a hold. Tying run at second base, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. 4-3 Phillies. And here's Knight. Knight is 0 for 3. Strategy rolls, and nothing on the 7. Cruz stays at second. Tug will go ahead and he will pitch. Tug, 4-6, strikeout, 17 will be high. Knight, 4-4, and Knight ties the game. He smacks one into right field, and that's going to be hit into the corner. Cruz coming around, he will score. Tied it for a double for Knight. Stadium cheers. Yay! An RBI double by Ray Knight ties the game up at 4. No lead is safe when you play inside pitch. It'll bring up Ashby. Ashby is 0 for 2 with a walk. Now tied at 4 here in the bottom of the 8th. There's still only 1 out. Ashby the batter. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. And I don't think you put the run on base. Although maybe you do here and pitch to Reynolds. Oh, let's see. Do you pitch to Reynolds? Do you walk Ashby? Ashby doesn't really have much power against the lefty, but he does hit lefties better. And do you pitch to Reynolds here and let them go to a pinch hitter? They may just do that. Astro bench isn't bad. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's see here. I'm going to let Ashby, 229 average in this situation. Let me look at the bench. Ashby is the catcher. I do have Harry Spillman who can take the position. I think you let Ashby bat. He's better against lefties. They're going to let him hit. So runner on second base. McGraw and Baseball Dies and says, I want the double play. I know, I agree with that. You know what? Yeah. They're going to intentionally walk Ashby. They're going to intentionally walk him, set up the double play. It sets up Craig Reynolds. But Reynolds is going to be pulled out of the game. He's the second baseman. He's going to come out. And coming on to pinch hit and take over at second base will be Bill Doran. 271 average, 8 homers, 39 RBIs. So here comes Bill Doran. Excellent player. So they intentionally walk Ashby. Reynolds will come out. Doran will take over at second. He is the better second baseman, 4-6 plus 1. So he will take over at second. So here comes Bill Doran. 1 out. Runners now at first and second. McGraw will pitch to Doran. Doran doesn't hit lefties as well, but they're going to do it here. So McGraw will pitch to Doran. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 5. Nobody moves. McGraw. Tug. 6-6 against the righty. It's a blank. Doran. 1-6, and it's a ground ball to short. 2-1-2. Second base pivot. Morgan a 0. A 1-2. They turn the double play. No. Knight gets the third. Ashby thrown out. Doran gets the first. 2 away. But I believe it was the right call by by Tony Porter, and of course Mike Terra Supernova, who now joins us here at the Astrodome. So now runners to the corners with 2 outs. as that goes as a fielder's choice. And now we'll see a pinch hitter for Dolly, as Dolly's going to come out of the game. And we'll see a pinch hitter for the Astros here. And it is going to be... It's going to be Denny Walling. 296 average, 3 homers, 19 RBIs. Denny Walling will go up against McGraw. The pitcher spot is 2 for 3, 2 singles and a strikeout. So 2 outs. Here comes Walling, one of the favorite players for a Steeler fan, even though he's not into the chat, because it was Denny Walling that hit the double to win the 85 World Series for the Astros. Strategy roll. Nothing for McGraw. Nobody moves. McGraw will go ahead and he will pitch. McGraw, 6-1 against the lefty. It's a walk plus 10. It's ball 4. The bases are loaded. So McGraw walks Walling, and now the bases are loaded. Second walk issued by McGraw. He had 15 of them in 83, and now the batter is Moreno. Doran's double play rating is a 1. No, sorry, it's a 2. -1, though, by McGraw. And you add the 2 because it was hit to the shortstop, third base, or second base. Chris has made some changes to his charts there, Tony. So now here's Moreno, 2 for 4, 2 singles. McGraw will be tired after Moreno. McGraw trying to get out of this inning, but now tied at 4. Knight on at third, Dorn on at second, Walling on at first. Strategy, nothing on the 9. McGraw will go ahead and he will pitch. McGraw, 5-5 against the lefty. It's a blank. Moreno, 1-1, ground ball to third. That'll get picked up by Schmidt, and he is going to throw to second to get Walling, and that will end the inning. What a good inning it was, though. 1 run on 2 hits, 2 walks, and it's now tied at 4 after 8, as Ruthven and Ryan are now both off the hook. But will we see some top of the 9th inning magic? Leading off for the Phillies will be Gary Maddox. He is 0 for 3. Astros need a pitcher. And unfortunately, with Dolly coming out, he was really their best. So let's see what they got left in the tank. And they're going to go with the best pitcher in the situation, and that's going to be Mike Madden. 9 wins, 5 losses, no saves, a 3.14 ERA. Madden is the 4th Astro pitcher. So Mike Madden will come on to pitch, and he'll go up against Maddox. Top of the 9th, tied at 4. Madden will pitch. Madden, 3-4 against the righty. It's a blank. Maddox, 4-1, ground out to short, handled there by Thon. Thon gets it and tosses it over. 1 out. Next up is DeJesus. DeJesus is 1 for 3 with a single. McGraw, he'll pitch. Madden will pitch. 2-6, strikeout. That's high. DeJesus, 6-1, and against the lefty, it's a base hit. He hits that one past third, and DeJesus is on the board. So a single for DeJesus. That's his 2nd hit of the game. McGraw due to bat. They will go to the bench for him. And we'll see a pinch hitter for the Phillies. And let's see what's going to be. And they're going to go with... They are going to go with Larry Milburn. Larry Milburn will be on the New York Yankees later in 1983. He is a Philly tonight. 221 average, no homers, 6 RBIs. But he is a switch hitter. So Larry Milburn will go up against Madden here with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Tied at 4. DeJesus on at first. He had 11 stolen bases, and he's not going anywhere. Madden, 3-2 against the switch right. It's a blank. Milburn, 1-1, and it's flied to right field. Easy play for Bass. And that's out number 2. And now the batter is Charlie Hustle. And he is 1 for 3, a single and a walk. So De Jesus here on at first, tied at 4. Strategy roll for Madden, nothing on the 18. Madden will pitch to Rose. Madden, 1-6, walk, and that's ball 4. So Madden now walks Rose. Madden had 42 walks in 83. That's the first one he gives up here. And now a chance for Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 3. He walked as well. He has a walk. Now 2 outs. Go ahead, run in scoring position. Madden will go ahead and pitch to Matthews. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 15. Fans here at the Astrodome hoping Madden can get it done. Madden pitches. 1-6. Walk. 12. Ball 4 and the bases are loaded. So Madden now walks, the bases loaded. Another walk given up by Madden. Second walk. And now a huge chance for Morgan. Morgan is 0 for 3, though. He has a walk. There are 2 outs, so the infield does not need to come in. But now Joe Morgan a chance to try to get a big-time run. Fans here at the Astrodome hoping Madden can do it. Strategy, nothing on the 7. Madden will go ahead and pitch to Morgan. Madden, 3-5, strikeout 6. Got him! Struck him out, inning over. Big time strikeout, no runs, a hit, and a couple of walks. We go to the bottom of the 9th. So now, will we see some bottom of the 9th inning magic? Leading off for the Astros will be Kevin Bass. He is 1 for 4, singled and reached on an error. Phillies got to go to the bullpen. And they're going to bring out a righty here, I think. Or will they? And that's what they're going to do. Coming on to pitch for the Phillies, this is another interesting baseball name. Porfi Altamirano. I don't know anything about this guy. 2 wins, 3 losses, a 3.70 ERA. Porfi Altamirano will pitch for the Phillies. He is the 4th Philly pitcher. Porfi. Okay. Joe Sambito. If he is, Sambito is not on the he's not on the roster for this game. I don't think he was on that one. So Porfi Altamirano will pitch to Bass. Fans here at the Astrodome hoping that Bass can get on base. Altamirano, 5-5, strikeout 5, got him, struck him out. Altamirano had 24 of them in 83. Here comes Thon, Amalfitano. Amalfitano. Yeah, Amalfitano? Okay. Porfi, right, still? Here's Thon. Thon is 0 for 4. With a 286 average, you think he's due to get a hit. Porfi, 6-6. That's an automatic out. And it will be a fly to left field. It'll be grabbed by Matthews for out number 2. And now here's Scrap Iron. Garner's 1 for 4 with a double. Garner looking in on Altamirano, and he'll go ahead and pitch. 1-6, error on a throw. Garner, 6-3, and Garner hits one into center field, and that's going to be a double to center. Center fielder is Maddox. His error rating is a 4. That's a 6. He will not make an error throwing the ball back in, but the winning run is at second base. Double for Garner. And now here comes Cruz. Cruz is 2 for 4. He's got 2 doubles. Amalfitano will go ahead and pitch to Cruz. 2 men down. Fans here at the Astrodome hoping the Astros can get the win. Whoever wins this game gets back to 500 early in this season. Garner on at second. Amalfitano will go ahead. Strategy rolls are still on. That's a 9. Garner not going anywhere. Amalfitano looking in on Cruz. Fans here are loud. Amalfitano will pitch. 5-6. Range play. Cruz. 6-6. It's a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Mike Schmidt. Schmidt's got to make a play. His range is a 4. He's got it. What a play by Schmidt. He gets it. Throws to first, and we have free baseball. Free baseball. Free baseball here. Get your free baseball. No runs and a hit. And we're tied at 4 after 9. We need more baseball. We go to the top of the 10th. Mike Madden has already pitched to 6 batters. He is tired. Neither one of these teams had a large bullpen for the game. But Madden's going to come out of the game. He is tired. That'll be it for him. Astros will go to the bullpen. And let's see. Schmidt, Perez, let's see, 3 righties. Coming on to pitch for the Astros is going to be Vern Rule. 8 wins, 5 losses, 3 saves, a 3.69 ERA. Rule becomes the 5th Astro pitcher. Ghost runners not in effect unless we go deep enough where I have to bring in a starter. And what I mean by that is in every pack I have 2 pitchers that I turn upside down, okay, behind the starters. If any one of these guys have to come in, ghost runners are activated the next full inning. But we're not at that yet. Top of the 10th, Vern Rule will pitch for the Astros. And leading off for the Phillies is Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt is 0 for 3 with a walk. You kind of think he's due to hit one. Oh, Felix Mantilla just passed away, huh? Oh. Rule will go ahead and pitch to Schmidt. Rule, 6-5, hit by pitch. No, that will miss. Schmidt, 1-4, and that's a ground ball to first. That'll be taken care of there by Knight. He'll make the play himself, 1 out. Next batter is Perez. Perez is 2 for 4, a double and a 3-run bomb. Rule will pitch. Rule, 4-6. That's a pitcher result, and that 11 is too high. Perez, a 5-5, and that's grounded to short. Easy play there for Thon. Thon will take it and toss it over for out number 2. And now here's Diaz. Diaz is 0 for 3 with a walk. Rule will pitch. Rule, 2-4. Home run chance. Righty, 1-7. The 17 is too high. Diaz, 3-1. And he hits a deep fly ball to center field. Going back for that is Moreno. He's at the track. He will not have to get to the wall. That ball just dies out there in the Astrodome. And the inning will end there. 1, 2, 3. Go the Phillies. And we go to the bottom of the 10th. Porfi Amalfitano is going to stay in the game. He can pitch to 2 more batters before he fatigues. They're going to keep him in there. Ray Knight's going to lead off for the Stros. He is 1 for 4 with a double. Bottom of the 10th inning, tied at 4. Phillies and Astros. I believe this is the first extra inning game of the season, I think. Amalfitano will go ahead and pitch. 4-5. Home run result against a righty. Knight needs an 8. -2 is a 6. 19 is too high. Knight 2-6, but he does get a base hit to center field, and the winning run is on. So Knight gets a single, and the batter now is Ashby. Ashby is 0 for 2 with 2 walks. He'll bat. Knight on it first. Strategy rolls are still on. And that's a 5. Knight not going anywhere. Amalfitano going to go ahead and pitch to Ashby. And here comes the deal. Porfy, 6-4. Strikeout. 13 is high. Ashby, 1-6. And it's a fly ball to left. And Matthews is going to get to it and make the catch for out number 1. Amalfitano is hurt, is tired now. They're going to let him stay in there, though, and he'll pitch to Doran. Doran, who came in for Reynolds, he's 0 for 1. Porfy will go ahead and pitch to Doran here. 1 out, bottom of the 10th, tied at 4. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 10. Knight stays put. Altamirano will pitch. 2-6. Strikeout. 18 is high. Doran. 5-5. And it's a power hit to right field. That's a 17. And he just missed a triple. And that ball is going to die out there. And Pete Rose is going to make the catch near the line. 2 outs. A 16 would have been a triple, and that's a 17. And Doran can't believe it. 2 outs. And now Rule is supposed to be the next batter. And let me see what they want to do with the bench. There's only 2 batters left in the on the pinch hitters for the Astros. And Rule can still pitch to 5 more batters. And the guy on the benches is Harry Spillman or Tim Tolman. I really don't like either of these guys. I'm going to let Rule bat. Nah. Rule coming out of the game and coming on to pinch hit for the Astros is going to be Harry Spillman. 167 average, a homer, and 9 RBIs. So Harry Spillman will go up against Altamirano. And he is tired, but they're going to see if he can get through the inning. 2 outs, bottom of the 10th, tied at 4. Phillies and Astros. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 11. Porfy will pitch. 3-4, strikeout 1, swing and a miss, struck him out. The inning is over, and we got more free baseball. No runs and a hit. After 10, still tied at 4. We go to the top of the 11th. New pitcher coming in for the Astros. And let's see who the Astros are going to bring out to pitch. They're getting a little thin there, but they're going to go with Frank DePino. 3 wins, 4 losses, 20 saves, a 2.65 ERA. Frank DePino will come in now for the Astros. He is the 6th pitcher for them. So DePino will come in to pitch. He can pitch to 6 batters. And we'll see what happens here. Gary Maddox leads off for the Phillies here in the top of the 11th. No, Phillip, we don't want an 18-inning affair. Not on a school night. Maddox is 0 for 4, though. DePino will pitch. DePino, 1-4, range play. Maddox, 6-4, ground ball to short. That ball is at the Thon. Thon's range is a 5, and that's a 3. He'll get to that one and throw it over for the out. 1 away, and that'll bring up DeJesus. DeJesus is 2 for 4 with 2 singles. DePino will go ahead and pitch. DePino, 3-5 against the righty. Strikeout, 18 is high. To Jesus, 1-5. Hits one hard to right. That's a 10 against the lefty. De Jesus will get that triple. Hits one hard into right field. It'll roll out there. Bass has got it, throws it in, but De Jesus is safe at third with a triple. Go ahead, run 90 feet away. Altamirano coming out of the game. The pitcher spot is due. And coming on to bat for the Phillies is going to be Greg Gross. 302 average, no homers, 29 RBIs. Infield is in. De Jesus is the go-ahead run. I do activate the grounder 6 option. DePino will go ahead and pitch to Gross, but the infield is in. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 7. De Jesus stays at third. DePino looking in on Gross. Fans here at the Astrodome hoping a good pitch can be made. DePino, 4-5. Strikeout plus 10. 16 is too high. Gross will swing. 2-1, and it's a base hit for Gross, and the Phillies take the lead. Single to right. Gross gets a single into right field. The strikeout plus 10 only made Gross a 14. That was a 16. He just misses the strikeout. De Jesus will score. It's 5-4 Phillies. Stadium groans. An RBI single by Gross off the bench. And now the batter is Rose. And still one out here in the top of the 11th. So Gross on at first now. Strategy rolls are still on. Nothing on the 11th. DePino will pitch to Rose. DePino, 2-1. Strikeout plus 10. He will get Rose there. Struck him out. Strikeout for DePino. He had 67 of them in 83. And now here's Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 3, but he's walked twice. 2 outs. Gross on it first. DePino will now pitch to Matthews. Strategy roll again. Nothing on the 11th. DePino will pitch. 2-5. Against the righty, it's a walk plus 10, and that will walk Matthews. So DePino comes in here. He gives up a triple, a single, and he is now tired with runners at first and second. The batter now is Morgan. Do you let DePino finish this out? And I don't know if you do here. And DePino is good against lefties, though. I'm going to let DePino, but he is tired, though, so you risk a chance of a single or a walk or a home run with the new rule. It would be a walk, though, because Morgan has 20s, so no chance of a home run if it's a walk. So I'm gonna go with DePino. I'm gonna see if he can get out of this inning. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, top of the 11, 5-4 Phillies. DePino is tired, but they're gonna let him pitch to Morgan. Fans here at the Astrodome are ready to hope that DePino can make a good pitch. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 9. DePino will pitch. DePino, 5-4. Against the lefty, it's an automatic out. And that is going to be a fly ball to right. And Kevin Bass is going to get there. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, and a walk. And the Phillies have a 1-run lead going into the bottom of the 11th. It is the top of the order, though, for the Astros. Omar Moreno leads off. He is 2 for 5 tonight. Phillies need a pitcher. And they're going to go with the best man they still have in the bullpen, and that's going to be Sid Monge. Sid Monge will be on the San Diego Padres later in 1983. He is a Philly today. 10 wins, 3 losses, 7 saves, a 3.70 ERA. Sid Monge will go ahead and pitch here and try to get the save for the Phillies. As Christopher Slovic joins us here at the Astrodome. So Sid Monge trying to get the save for the Phillies. Bottom of the 11th, 5-4. Monge with the pitch. 2-3. It's a blank. Moreno. 4-2. And it's a fly ball to center field. And getting under that is Maddox. And he'll make the catch for out number 1. Next batter is Bass. Bass is 1 for 5. Singled and reached on an error. Monge will go ahead and he will pitch. Monge, 1-1, possible error. Bass, 5-2. It's a power hit to center field. That's a 2 against the lefty. It's a base hit to center field. It's a single. Center fielder is Maddox. His error rating is a 4. And he's going to make an error out there. He misplays it. It's a single. Bass automatically makes second. And a 1 or a 2. And let's see, Maddox has a +2 arm. A 1-4. Bass will make it to third. He does. Gary Maddox makes a huge error in center field and allows Bass to reach third base. Single and an E8. That is the second error on the Phillies. As Kevin Bass hits one to the center, and Gary Maddox's error rating is a 4, rolls a 2, misplays it, and allows Bass to take third. Infield coming in, and now the batter is Thon. Once again, grounder 6 option available here for Bass. He's the tying run. Monge will pitch to Thon here. Or do you walk him? Nah, I don't think you trust the double play. Monge is a -2 double play rating. He's going to pitch. And you don't put the winning run on base either. Monge is going to go ahead, strategy roll. Nothing on the 6. Monge will pitch. Monge, 3-3, strikeout, 18 is high. Thon, 2-6, and it's a base hit past short. The game is tied. Thon goes ahead and gets a single past short. We're tied again at 5. Stadium cheers. Yay! RBI single by Thon, and we officially have our first Game of the Year candidate. No, Brian Patterson, on fly balls, it's an outfield error on odd numbers. If it's a grounder or automatically a single, it's regular. Fly balls, it's odd number only. So Thon goes ahead and gets a base hit. The winning run is on first, and Monge blows it and gets DePino off the hook. And now the batter is Garner. Garner is 2 for 5, 2 doubles. Thon on at first as the Astros tie it up here in the bottom of the 11th. We have our first official Game of the Year here candidate. Thon on at first. Monge will pitch to Garner. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 4. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That is a steal chance. Thon 14, -1 is a 13. Diaz -1 is a 12. Ooh, a 1-12. Do you take the chance? Garner, though, got good power against lefties. A 1-12. Do we send Thon for a steal? Do we send Thon? We know how evil. Davo9 says no. Okay, because we know how evil the D20 can be. So Thon will not go, and they'll pitch to Garner. Pitch from Monge. 2-2. That's a blank. He's not tired. Garner, 3-5, fly ball left field. That'll get to Matthews, and Matthews will make the catch for out number 2. And now here comes Cruz. Since Monge came in this inning, I do not utilize the pull rating that I use for the starters in this case. The first inning I can't. Second one I would have used that. So here's Cruz. Cruz is 2 for 5 with 2 doubles. Thon on it first, now 2 outs in the bottom of the 11th. The Never Say Die Astros say we're not done yet. Monge, he will go ahead and strategy roll. And nothing on the 9. Thon stays put. Monge will pitch. Monge, 6-5, it's a blank. Cruz, 6-6, and it's a ground ball to third. That ball gets picked up by Schmidt. The throw goes to first for the out, and we still have more free baseball. 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 ginormous error. Tied at 5 after 11. We go to the top of the 12th. Frank DePino is tired. They're going to probably let him pitch here. The Astros have only 2 more left in the bullpen before starters have to come in. They're going to let, even though he is tired, they're going to let him pitch. But leading off for the Phillies is Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt is 0 for 4 with a walk. DePino will go ahead and pitch to Schmidt. They're going to let him pitch there. DePino will go ahead and pitch. He's tired, but he's one of the better pitchers still in the game, even tired. DePino will go ahead and pitch. 2-4, range play. Schmidt, 2-1. Ground ball to short. The ball is at the Thon. Thon's excellent. His range is a 5. That's a 5. Thon just spears it and gets it and throws to first to get out. Get out Schmidt. 1 out. Schmidt can't catch a break. He is 0 for 5 tonight. That'll bring up Perez. Perez is 2 for 5, a double and a bomb. DePino will pitch. 3-4 against the righty. It's a blank. Perez, 5-4, and that's fly to center field. Moreno's going to get to that and make the play. 2 outs. And now here's Diaz. Diaz is 0 for 4 with a walk. DePino looking in on Diaz. 2 outs here, top of the 12th. DePino, 4-3, error on a grounder. Diaz, 6-1. Nope, that's a fly ball, hit the right, and Bass is going to get to it. He'll make the catch and retire the side. Nothing across for the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the 12th. Sid Monge can pitch to 1 more before he tires. Pirates have only 1 bullpen reliever left in Ed Farmer. They're going to let Monge pitch. Monge is a better pitcher than Farmer. So Monge will pitch, but he will be facing Ray Knight. Knight is 2 for 5, a single and a double. Bottom of the 12th, tied at 5. Monge will pitch to Knight. Monge, 2-1, strikeout 9, that's high. Knight, 6-6, and he hits 1 to left. Gary Matthews will get to that and make the catch. 1 out. Monge is now tired, but he's staying in. Here comes Ashby. Ashby is 0 for 3, but he's walked twice. Monge will deal. Monge, 4-6, strikeout 10. Nope, that's high. Ashby, 3-4, and he hits 1 hard to right field. That's a 7, but against the lefty, it's going to die out there. And Pete Rose is going to have enough time to make the play, and that's out number 2. 2 down now for Doran. Doran is 0 for 2 since coming in for Reynolds. Mons looking in and trying to get the game into the 13th inning. Mons 3-1, wild pitch, it's a blank. Doran 1-6, and that's a grounder to short. Easy play there for DeJesus. He makes the play, throws to first. We need more free baseball. 1, 2, 3, go the Astros. Tied at 5 after 12. We go to the top of the 13th inning. Frank DePino is due to lead off for the Astros. In the bottom of the inning, they're going to ask him to go one more. He will be facing the bottom of the Philly order. Here's Gary Maddox. And Maddox is 0 for 5. You think he's due for a hit. DePino will pitch to Maddox. They're going to ask DePino to try to get through this inning. DePino will pitch. 3-3 against a righty. It's a blank. Maddox, 5-4 against the lefty. It's a base hit. And the Phillies have the go-ahead run on. So Maddox gets his first hit of the game. It'll bring up DeJesus, who's had a good night tonight. 3 for 5, 2 singles and a triple. They'll still leave DePino in there. Maddox did have 7 stolen bases. Really not a steal threat. But DeJesus gets the bunt call. Ooh. But DeJesus gets the bunt. His bunt rating is a 5. They would not be expecting a bunt. Pretty much a bunt rating of 5 should be automatic. What do you guys think? Does he swing or does he bunt? D. Scott Howard, the Goat Whisperer, joins us here at the Astrodome. What do we think? Does he bunt or swing? Does he bunt or swing here in the top of the 13th inning? What does somebody say? DeJesus has had a good name. He hits lefties better, though. What do we do with DeJesus? Does he bunt or does he swing? Clarkarot says bunt. All right. They are not expecting the bunt, so nobody will be in except the pitcher or the catcher. So DePino will pitch. 5-4 against a righty. It's a blank. DeJesus leads down, lays the bunt down, and that is bunted right to the pitcher. DeJesus's bunt rating is a 5. Hit to the pitcher, it becomes a 4. That's a 19, and it's a great bunt. Everyone is safe with a single. He bunts it perfectly right back to the mound. DePino picks it up, realizes he has no play. Everybody is safe. Incredible play by DeJesus. With a bunt rating of 4, 18 or 19 is a great bunt. Everyone is safe with a single. And even if he was a 5, it wouldn't have mattered. A great bunt by DeJesus, and everyone is safe. No one out. Go ahead, run at second. DePino was not even ready for it. And now we'll see a pinch hitter for Sid Monge. So Monge is going to come out of the game. And coming on to pinch hit for the Phillies is going to be Bob Dernier. 231 average, a homer, 15 RBIs. Bob Dernier will come up against DePino, and we're going to see a new pitcher as DePino is going to have to be yanked because he is tired. So we're going to see a new pitcher here for the Astros. And he may be batting. So coming on to pitch for the Astros is going to be Mike Lacoste. 5 wins, 7 losses, a save, a 4.43 ERA. Lacoste does have a batting card, and that's why I'm bringing him in. So Mike Lacoste will come on to pitch now, and which means he is going to bat to lead off the inning, unless the Astros are trying to get a lead here. Nobody out. Top of the 13th, tied at 5. Phillies and Astros. What a game. Definitely a game of the year candidate. Bob Dernier will go up against Lacoste. He will bat still. Tied at 5. Lacoste will pitch to Dernier. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 14. Lacoste will deal. Lacoste, 6-5 against the righty. Strikeout. 17 is high. Dernier, 3-2. And it's a ground ball to second. 1, 2, 3. Shortstop pivots on, +1 is a 4. No, they don't get the double play. Maddox gets to third. De Jesus thrown out at second. Dernier to first, and that's 1 out. It will be a fielder's choice. They don't get the twin killing. And now the batter is Rose, with runners at the corners and 1 out. Infield coming in. So Maddox at third base. And of course, once again, Maddox is the tying run. Grounder 6 option is activated. So Pete Rose at the plate. Dernier had 35 stolen bases. Strategy roll. He does get the steal. 17 minus 1 is 16. Ashby +1 is a 17. Clarkarot says Dernier will be stealing second. With the way the D20 rolls at stolen bases, I would really hate to do that. And I really would like to let Rose hit here. But Clarkarot says, he gets the steal sign. Does he go? Clarkarot, does he go to second? He would be stealing on a 1-17. Does he go? He's got an 85% chance of getting there. What do you think? On his way, Dernier tries to steal second base. Maddox is not going anywhere. He stays at third. A 1-17, Dernier is safe. And he is. Dernier goes to second base. Questionable call, but he does get it. He steals second base. Now runners at second and third. And now what do you do with Rose here? Do you walk him and try for 2? Although Matthews does hit into double plays. Do you walk Rose and pitch to Matthews? Rose, let's see here. D. Scott Howard, they say walk him. They will walk Pete Rose. So Rose is intentionally walked. And now the batter is Gary Matthews. So bases are loaded, and do they play the infield? And they're going to play the infield in. Matthews has a high double play, as would be a 2 and a 3 to try to get it. They're going to play the infield in. So Mike Lacoste will pitch to Matthews. Infield is in. Bases are loaded. Strategy roll is still activated. Nothing on the 5. Lacoste will pitch to Matthews. Fans here at the Astrodome hoping the Astros can get out of this jam. Lacoste will pitch. 5-3. It's a blank. Matthews. 3-3. It's a base hit to center field. Matthews will get the Phillies ahead. Single to center. Maddox will score. Dernier, base runner 4. Single to center. Single to center +1. 1-5 he'll score. He does. He does. Rose, however, will hold at second base. Matthews holds at first, and the Phillies take a 7-5 lead. Stadium barfs. Yeah. A 2 RBI single by Gary Matthews brings in 2 runs for the Phillies. And it's now 7-5 here in the 13th. And now the batter is Morgan. And Morgan will come up to bat, and he is 0 for 5 with a walk. Still 1 out here in the top of the 13th inning. Gary Matthews with a huge RBI single. And now runners at first and second. Lacoste will pitch to Morgan. Strategy rolls are now off. Lacoste, 6-4, possible error. Morgan, 4-2. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is at the Thon. Thon's error rating is a 9. That's an 11. He won't make an error. 3-4-5. Second base pivot. Doran is a 1. A 1-5. It's a double play. They got it. Side retired, but a little too late. 6-4-3 double play. 2 runs on 3 hits and a stolen base. And the Phillies now lead it 7-5 going into the bottom of the 13th. Coming on to pitch for the Phillies is going to be Ed Farmer. No wins, 6 losses, no saves, a 5.35 ERA. The reason why I have to go with him, he is the last relief pitcher the Phillies have in the bullpen. John Denny and Steve Carlton and Larry Christensen are all starters. If I go to extras, if I keep this game over, ghost runners are going to be activated soon. So it's going to be up to Ed Farmer to try to close the door here against the Astros. He will be facing, and Mike Lacoste is coming out of the game, and the Astros are going to go to a pinch hitter, and the last one they have is Tim Tolman. 196 average, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. Tim Tolman is the last player on the bench for the Astros. Bottom of the 13th, 7-5 Phillies. Ed Farmer trying to get the save. Can he do it? Farmer will pitch. 3-1 against a righty. Home run result against a righty. Tolman needs a 17. -2 is a 15. Holy cow, that's a 17. The home field took a home run away from Tolman. 2-3, and it's a ground ball to second base. That'll be picked up by Morgan. Throws to first, 1 out. Stadium barfs. Blech. A straight on a home run result against a righty. Tolman's a 17, but -2 to the dome made him a 15, and that was a 17, and Tolman doesn't get the bomb. Home field advantage just killed the Astros on that bat. Here's Moreno. 1 out. Moreno is 2 for 6 with 2 singles. Farmer can't believe he got away with that one. And I think that's not the first time a ballpark has taken a home run away, but that was a big one. Farmer will pitch. 3-3, strikeout, 19 is high. Moreno, 1-2, and that's a ground ball to short. Getting to that is De Jesus. He'll take his time, toss it over, and they're 2 away. And the last chance for the Astros will be Kevin Bass. Bass is 2 for 6, 2 singles, and reached on an error. Yeah, somewhere Steeler fan just said, rigged. Farmer will go ahead and pitch to Bass. 2 outs here, bottom of the 13th. What a ball game. Farmer trying to get a save. Farmer will go ahead and he will pitch. 1-6, that's at the park. Astrodome, 5-4, and it's pumped up behind the plate. Bo Diaz has got to go after that. His error rating is an 8. That's a 4, and he's going to drop it. On the new rule, anytime it comes off after park, that is a dropped ball. Well, actually, it's a pop fly ball. Actually, it's not a drop ball. I think it's, wait a minute, I don't think he makes the error. Hold on, I don't think he makes the error. No, because it's a pop-up, and it has to be an odd number. So, no, it's not an error. My bad. Bo Diaz is going to, upon further review, Bo Diaz did catch the ball cleanly. It did not go into the inning, and he puts out his glove, blop, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. The Phillies outlast the Astros in this game, 7-5 and 13. Stadium barfs. Yeah. One, two, three, go the Astros. Bo Diaz's error rating is an 8. But I forgot on a pop out, still has to be an odd number. That's a 4. He will make the catch, and that will do it. Phillies beat the Astros 7-5 in 13 innings. What a game. What a game. Final line score coming up. For the Phillies, 7 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. For the Astros, 5 hits, 14 runs, no errors in 13 innings. The winning pitcher is Sid Monge. He's going to wind up getting the win. Mike Lacoste is going to take the loss, and Ed Farmer is going to get a save. What a game here for the Phillies and the Astros. Heck of a game to start this week off. A 2-hour stream. We're still not done. 10-minute ticker is next. Jeez. Hate the extra inning games on a school night. Because I do work tomorrow. I know somewhere Steeler fans said rigged. I'm sure I'll see that in the comments sometime soon, I'm sure. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Phillies outlast the Astros 7-5. The Phillies did historically win this game, but now let's see how the rest of the majors goes. April 22nd, Baltimore at California. Baltimore 14-16, and that's 2. Angels 762, and that is 6. Win for the Halos. White Sox in Cleveland. White Sox 1464, and that's 9. Indians 636, and that's 3. That's a win for the Pale Hose. Seattle at Detroit. Seattle 346, that is 4. Tigers 1565, that's 10. A win for the Cats. Toronto at Kansas City. Toronto 1255, that is 6. Royals 1243, and that's 5. That's a win for the Blue Jays. Minnesota and the Yankees. Twins 1856, and that's 8. Yankees 26-54, and that's 9. And the Yankees win another one. Boston at Oakland. Red Sox 11-41, that's 4. Athletics 10-55, that's 6. A win for the A's. Milwaukee at Texas. Milwaukee 10-26, that is 3. Rangers 8-64, that's 7. A win for the Rangers. Mets and the Braves. Mets 4-32, and that's 3. Braves 10-14, that's 1. And the Mets get a happy recap. They're actually above 500 right now at 6-5. Got to be rigged. Mets, let's see here. Giants and the Cubs. Giants 10-44, that is 5. Cubs 12-16, and that's 2. That's a win for the G-Men. Expos and the Reds. Expos 15-14, that is 2. Reds 3-11, that's 0, and that's a win for the Expos. Dodgers and the Pirates. Dodgers 4-54, and that is 5. Pirates 5-24, and that's 2. And it's a win for the Dodgers. Padres and the Cardinals. Padres 12-22, that is 3. Cardinals 7-41, and that's 4. It's a win for the Redbirds. April 23rd, Baltimore, California. Orioles 17-62, and that's 8. Angels 5-63, and that's 6. It's a win for the O's. White Sox and the Indians. White Sox 20-21, that's 3. Indians 8-54, and that's 6. That's a win for the Tribe. Seattle at Detroit. Mariners 3-22, that is 2. Tigers 16-26, that is 4. A win for the Tigers. Toronto and Kansas City. Toronto 22-65, that's 11. Royals 10-52, and that's 5. That's a win for the Blue Jays. Minnesota and the Yankees. Minnesota 9-53, and that's 5. Yankees 19-32, and that's also 5. They will go to extras. Minnesota rolls a 6. Yankees roll a 2. And that's going to be, and Yankees get a +1. It won't matter. The Twins give the Yankees a rare loss so far this year. Milwaukee at Texas. Brewers 4-66. That's 9. Rangers 9-66. That's 10. And that's a win for the Rangers. Giants and the Cubs. Giants 12-25, and that is 3. Cubs 3-61, that's 5. A win for the Cubs. Phillies and the Astros. Phillies 8-31, and that is 3. Astros 0-51, that's 4. They'll just get it. That's a win for the Stros. Dodgers and the Pirates. Dodgers 4-42, that's 3. Pirates 1-43, that is also 3. They will go to extras. Dodgers roll a 4. Pirates roll a 2. The Dodgers have a +2. The Pirates don't. That's going to be a win for the Dodgers in extras. Padres and the Cardinals. Padres 9-56, that is 6. Cardinals 9-52, and that's 5. That's a win for the Friars. On to April 24th, Baltimore at the Angels. Orioles 25-14, that's only 3. Halos 18-25, and that's 4. The Halos will get a win. White Sox and the Indians. White Sox 17-33, that's 5. Indians 4-24, and that's 2. It's a win for the Pale Hose. Seattle at Detroit. Mariners -151, that's 3. Tigers 15-62, and that's 8. Another win for the Cats. Toronto and Kansas City. Blue Jays 14-45, that is 6. Royals 13-26, that is 4. A win for the Jays. Boston and Oakland. Red Sox 10-64, that is 8. Athletics 11-23, and that's 3. It's a win for the Red Sox. Milwaukee at Texas. Brewers 5-44, and that's 4. Rangers 7-25, and that's 3. A win for the Brew Crew. Mets and the Braves in a doubleheader. Mets are behind in a lot of games that must have had a lot of rainouts back in the early time. Game 1. Mets 4-55, and that is 5. Braves 16-55, and that's 7. The Braves win the first one. Mets 1-44, that is 3. Braves 13-11, that's 0. And the Mets will split the twin bill with one happy recap. Giants and the Cubs. Giants 15-36, and that is 5. Cubs 11-54, and that is 6. That's a win for the Cubs. Expos and the Reds. Expos 3-25, and that is 2. Reds 3-46, and that's 4. That game belongs to the Reds. Phillies and the Astros. Phillies 13-55, and that is 7. Astros 4-41, and that is 3. And the Phillies will get that win. Definitely not rigged. Padres and the Cardinals. Padres 9-53, that is 5. Cardinals 6-21, and that is 2. And that's a win for the Friars. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be at Busch Stadium as the Los Angeles Dodgers will take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Fernando Valenzuela once again will be on the mound for the Dodgers. He'll be going up against Joaquin Andujar of the Cardinals. Should be a good matchup. It's our first look at the Redbirds tomorrow. Valenzuela, Andujar, Dodgers, Cardinals, be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. This game definitely deserved it. Game of the Year candidate. Subscribe if you've not done so, and make sure you hit the darn bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Philadelphia Phillies go ahead and take one from the Astros, but they needed 13 innings to do it. They win it 7-5. See you guys tomorrow night. Good night.